Hi everybody, Laura here and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, welcome. In this video, I wanted to touch on things to not do and some things to do when you are in a high-end luxury boutique. The first thing I wanted to say though was never feel like you are not good enough or dressed well enough or make enough money to go into a boutique, even if you can't afford the items in there. That doesn't mean you can't go in there and feel comfortable enough to do so. Okay. Um, I tell people the more you go into boutiques, the more you get comfortable and used to it. It just takes a little bit of time to get to that comfort level. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, which shouldn't have to be talked about, but is just being polite and considerate. Um, Too often, I have seen people in higher end stores that are just, I don't know, they're just sort of rude and have this um, condescending manner, and they aren't nice to the sales associates, and there's really no reason to be. I mean, conversely, they need to be polite to you as well, but there's uh, there's no reason to be not polite. And I get some people may feel intimidated, or they are wealthy and they're just rude. Um, and they walk in there and they treat people like they're, you know, they should just be waited on and that they're beneath everybody. And that's not the thing to do, no matter where you are. I don't care if you're in a Walmart or if you're in Van Cleef Arpels. You should just be polite and considerate. So that's my first thing. When they greet you, hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Um, what can I help you with today? That's the other thing is people don't always know what they're looking for. And if they walk in and an associate says, what can I help you with? And it's just like, I don't know. Um, the best thing that I usually do in any store, I'm just looking until I see something that catches my eye. That's all. You don't have to say I don't know, or I'm just looking. Just say I'm just looking until I see something I like, and that's that. So the second thing that people worry about, I think, is, well, how do I need to dress up? We're going, into a really nice store. Well, I always, wherever I'm going, when I leave the house, I'm usually dressed nicely. I'm wearing something just nice. I'm put together. Um, so if you go in, no, you don't have to be dressed up. We've been into boutiques. In fact, when we were in Rodeo Drive, I just had like a summer dress on. I was still going around on my knee scooter. My husband had, a t-shirt and shorts. But we were treated very well. And we purchased quite a bit. So you don't have to be, but I mean, by all means, don't go in wearing, you know, Daisy Dukes, or like, you know, having cleavage hanging out, or dirty. I mean, you know what I mean. Just don't be grungy. I mean, don't walk in there after doing yard work with dirty clothes. I don't think anybody here would do that, but just saying, don't worry about being overly dressed up. But I also find that if you are dressed up a little bit more, you have more confidence. So if you are a little intimidated about going to these places, maybe dressing up a bit, and I'm not talking like, going to a ball or a cocktail party, but just dressing to where you feel really confident. Okay, that may help you through the situation. So by all means, yes, dress like you would going anywhere. I think it's only considerate when you're going to a restaurant or going to, a friend's party or a wedding or whatever. We dress appropriately out of respect for the host or the hostess. And I believe it's the same way when you're going into a nice boutique or a store. You're showing respect and that you care enough about yourself to take care of yourself and dress nicely. Okay? So the other thing is when you go in, don't grab anything. Don't just walk in. Most of the stores like, Chanel and Hermes, everything's behind counters. There are some things out. Gucci and Louis Vuitton is definitely more open. There are counters, but there are, bags on shelves. Don't go up and just start grabbing things and looking. You will have a sales associate with you. Definitely, if you're in Hermes, Chanel, Dior, you have a sales associate right there with you at all times. But ask them, may I please see this bag? May I please see this? Can I take a look at that? And they will get it for you. So yes, don't go in there and just start touching things and grabbing. Don't go behind the counters. Just don't do that, okay? Just ask. They are there to help you. They will get it for you. I like to think of the sales associate as my personal, like, not a shopping bag, but they're there to get the things for you. If you want them, they will put them behind the counter for you. You don't have to carry anything. It's just nice. So kind of think of it that way, as they're helping you in that aspect. The other thing is, other than not touching, the jewelry as well. If you are looking at jewelry, okay, you may, and ask, may I please try it on? Do not, however, put earrings in your ears, okay? I usually just hold the earring up to my ear and see how it looks. If they say, would you like to try them on? They will usually sanitize them for you to try on, and then when you take them off, they will sanitize them again. But don't just start, putting stuff on and putting earrings in. The other thing too is don't talk badly about, well, one, the brand you're in. And I'll give you a quick example. So my husband and I were in Fendi, and we were looking at the Sunshine totes, and I was deciding between the one that had the plexiglass handle and the one that had the wooden handle. And we were talking about the wooden handle, and I didn't like it because it was kind of squared. It wasn't round. My husband grabs it, and he goes, well, this is basically just pressed wood. He's kind of right, because he was right. But I was kind of mortified because the associate was just kind of looking like, and so we just kind of, boop, we changed the subject really quick. But yeah, it's okay to say I really don't like the style or I don't prefer that, but yeah, don't pick out bad aspects, or talk about, if you're in Louis Vuitton, don't talk badly about, oh yeah, Gucci sucks and I don't like Chanel, it falls apart. There's no need to, I guess, gossip or talk about other brands while you're in there. And they really don't care or probably want to hear it anyway. So there's no need to do that. Also, people say, well, do I need to be carrying the brand that I'm going to go shopping in? If I'm Louis Vuitton, do I need to be wearing a Louis? If I'm in Chanel, do I need to have my Chanel bag? No, you don't. You don't. Now, will it help you in, say, Chanel or Hermes? Mm, maybe, maybe. But as a general rule, no, you don't have to wear that brand. It will show that you're brand loyal. And that's what they're trying to recapture. Louis Vuitton, I know, is trying very hard to recapture that brand loyalty. Chanel and Hermes, they're already there. They want people who are going to consistently and repeat and buy and have their brands and wear it. So you can, if you don't have it, it's no big deal. Um, and be honest. Maybe if you don't have one, just say, I've never owned a Gucci bag. I've never owned a Chanel bag. I'd like to see one. I'd like to, know more about it. Nothing wrong with that, because they're also there to answer questions for you guys as well. And another point, don't go in with camera, video recorder blazing and walking in and start shooting pictures and video and think you're going to do like your social media post or whatever. Don't do that. Again, be respectful. And when you're in there, if you do, in fact, want to do a video or take pictures, just simply ask, may I? I even asked before I looked at the alligator, the Mississippi alligator capuchins in Louis Vuitton. It's a $42,000 bag. But I simply asked, I said, may I please take a picture of it? And he's like, oh, of course, of course, of course. So in that aspect, just ask if you may do a video or take a picture of something. It's just being common courtesy and being polite. Also, they do have sales. Some. Don't ask in Louis Vuitton. They don't do it. They may. Chanel will mark some stuff down, but they usually keep those things for their really good clientele. You can simply ask, are there any sales right now? Is anything on sale? Asking is free. The other thing too is, please do not bring food or drink into the boutiques. That should kind of be a given in any store you go into. They don't want things spilling. They don't want you eating and then touching things. So yeah, don't do the food or drink thing. The other thing too is, don't ever feel pressured to purchase anything, especially if you're newer in a boutique and you're nervous. And say you're looking at a bag and you're talking about it. Don't feel like you have to purchase it, okay? And don't feel like you're going to be seen less than if you say, well, okay, well, it's not really for me, or thank you for showing me the bag. I appreciate it. You just don't feel pressure like you have to walk out with something. It's perfectly okay to walk out of a boutique without purchasing something. So at the end, if there's nothing in there you like, there's nothing in there you like, and just say, thank you very much. I appreciate your time and your help. Have a good day, and you can leave. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't feel that pressure, because if you do, you're going to end up buying something, and then you're going to get home and you're going to be like, what did I do? What did I do? I didn't want to buy this. The other thing too is to do not be afraid to ask for a price on something. I know the old adage is, if you have to ask, you can't afford it, but whatever. We all have a budget in mind, and you can always tell the associate, look, I'm looking for something, but my budget is this, and they'll help you. But if you are looking at something, usually there is a tag in there. And so if you are looking at the bag, you can flip the tag, or simply ask, what is the price on this piece? How much is this? I mean, there really is no set of rules or a book that you have to follow, but these are just guidelines, I think, that are just, just follow. I think in anywhere, it's just having common courtesy and being polite will get you far anywhere you go. So these are just a few little tips, hopefully to help you ease into going into boutiques. Also, the thing that you need to worry about having and wearing going into anywhere, really, I don't care where you are, the most important thing to wear is your confidence. If you are self-confident, doesn't matter, okay? Because I've seen people dressed to the nines who clearly lack self-confidence, and it shows. And I think when you're just a courteous person who's confident, that'll take you further than any handbag, any clothes, any jewelry, anything. Okay? So I hope these tips helped you guys out. Maybe stuff you already know, but maybe you just needed a little reminder. So I enjoyed doing this, and until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.